Hello and welcome to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Grand Arena Championships Season 9, Week 2, Round 3. My name is Boma Fett. I currently sit at 4-1. I went 2-1 in the first week, and I am currently 2-0 in this week, so I am playing for the Bracket Championship. Before we see who my opponent is for this round, I want to take a look at the feats for a minute. I have a bone to pick with CG about the feats, and that is, look at Shadowy Dealings. I have not completed this yet, and it looks like I've still got time to do it, except 19 hours and 37 minutes left. What that means is that as soon as the attack phase starts, this is no longer here. This goes bye-bye. So why didn't they end it at the ending of the last attack round? By putting this here, if I'm not paying attention and I'm looking at this, I might think, oh, I need to make sure I keep some stealth characters for offense. And it could really affect the defense that I set. So luckily, I noticed that this expires before the next attack phase. This is just dumb. This is bad. CG needs to fix this. The second thing I'd like them to fix is the fact that here, win 8 Grand Arena battles with an undersized squad, I'm actually short 1 undersize on my count. Because what happened is, you can see this is 2 of 3. On the first one, 1 of 3, I think you had to do 3 undersized squads. And so I killed the 3rd undersized squad, and I didn't back out and accept the feat. Instead, I kept playing and I did another undersized battle. Well, that undersized battle didn't count toward these feats, because I had already done my 3 for the first one, and I hadn't cleared that to go up to the second one. So they need to fix that as well. They should have those auto accept. Just like when you hit chromium, it goes automatically to chromium. You see a little pop-up, comes on screen with the nice fancy graphic. Boom, you've reached chromium. Do that for all the feats. Why not? So, I'm a little irritated about feats today, but I'm not going to let it stop me from having a good time and from kicking my next opponent's butt, if I can. Okay, let's see who that opponent is. It is Sokie. Let's take a look at the matchup here on the Hotbot. You can see that I have a lot of green on my side, which usually will indicate a mismatch, but not necessarily. You really have to know how to look at these stats. So let's zoom in and get a closer look. Okay, this top section is about GAC stats, and you can see I have a few more lifetime banners, but it's not a huge difference. I've got a few more offensive wins. I've got a significant number more defense. I've got some more clears, and I've got way more undersized. So what is this all telling me? Number one, it tells me that this is a good GAC player. They get a lot of offensive wins. They have pretty good lifetime banners. The second thing this tells me is that they tend to go offense heavy. I've got 228 defense, and I set an okay to good defense. 228 defense I think is pretty good. He's got 147, telling me that he tends to put more on offense and less on defense. The unusual thing here is only 60 clears. Usually with this many offensive wins, I'd expect to see more clears. So I had to look at the GAC history to see what was going on here. How were they getting so many offensive wins but not always getting clears? And the answer is fleet. They put their arena fleet on defense. That's how they try and stop people, is they hope that people just can't beat their fleet. But it means that they don't have their best fleet for offense, and they also often get stopped in the fleet. And so that's why they're not getting the clears. This next section is about our rosters, and you can see the top line is our galactic power, and Sokie has almost 700,000 more galactic power than me. That's a big difference in GP. The next line is GP for the top of the roster, the part of the roster that generally gets used in GAC, and you can see here it looks like we are even. I'm thinking that the red on Sokie's side is maybe because on my side they've rounded up, and on Sokie's side they've rounded down. Maybe. Down here you can see Zetas. I've got 72, Sokie has 70. So that's very close, not significant. The next line down is about average speed added at the top of the roster. And I've got a little bit more speed added on average. But as I'm going to show you in a little bit, Sokie actually has some very, very fast characters, faster than mine. Gear 13's relic characters, I have 2 more relic characters than Sokie. But Sokie has 38 Gear 12 and I only have 11. So 3.5 to 1 ratio right there on Gear 12s. Gear 11 and above were very close, 68 to 64. But again, most of Sokie's are in the Gear 12 to 13 category, and most of mine are in the Gear 11 category. The next section is mods, and you can see I have a slight advantage on 6-stop mods. And then here, these are mods with high-speed secondaries, and I definitely have an advantage here, but I tend to spread my mods out a bit more in terms of speed, whereas Sokie really has it focused at the top of the roster. I'm going to show you that in just a second. Relics, not only do I have 2 more relic characters, but I have 10 more total relic tiers, or relic levels. I've got 1 tier 6, Sokie has 1 tier 7. And here's the speed thing. So look at this. Darth Revan, faster. Malik, faster. Bastila Fallen, faster. Jedi Knight Revan, faster. So Sokie has really concentrated the speed at the top of the roster on those key characters, and I have my speed spread out a little bit more. Okay, let's go back to the game and take a closer look at Sokie's roster. You can see that Sokie uses Darth Revan in the arena and Negotiator in the fleet arena. If you know me, I have trouble sometimes beating other Negotiators. Now, he does not play Houndstooth in the starting lineup, so that could make this a little bit easier for me. Now, maybe in Grand Arena, he or she does put Houndstooth there, but my Bosk is higher level than his, and my Anakin is also higher level. So I think I stand a fighting chance against this fleet, so we'll see. Oh, look at this. Livin' La Vida Yoda. That's very creative. Okay, let's look at the character inventory. So here you can see we've got that Darth Revan squad, but we also have Yoda, Jolee, and Revan. We have General Kenobi, who will go with Padme, and we have the Geo Brood Alpha. So we actually have 4 potential squads represented here. If Kenobi goes with Jedi Knight Revan, then we only have 3 squads. But I think Kenobi will probably go with Padme. So we have 4 squads represented here in the relics. Let's take a look at some factions. Bounty Hunters look pretty solid, although Bosk is the only one with any Zetas. But that's the way mine are too. Bosk is the only one with Zetas. I do note that he has started working on both Mando and Greef, has them at Gear 8. Jango is also only Gear 8. So that's a little low for Jango Fett. Clone Troopers look pretty solid. Echo's a little bit low, Arc is low, but definitely Sergeant 5s and Rex look great. In droids, we've got only a Gear 11 General Grievous, and the rest of the Separatist droids are all a little bit low. So this is not the scary Grievous squad that we often see in GAC. Empire definitely looks solid, especially with this new Vader, and he does have the 3rd Zeta. I can't say for sure if that Zeta was put on before GAC started, but I'm going to assume it was. Ewoks are okay. They're Ewoks. What do you want? First Order is a little bit weak, especially Kylo Ren Unmasked. Even though he has the Zeta, only Gear 8. Hux is also Gear 8. Galactic Republic, we've got Padme at Gear 12, and Kenobi, even Master Yoda, GMY could go with Padme, although probably GMY stays with Revan. So we do have a relic here that goes with Padme. Jedi Knight Anakin is Gear 12. Ahsoka's Gear 12. Be interesting to see who the 5th is on this squad, if it's C-3PO or maybe Luminara. You can see that Consular and Windu are both Gear 11. Plo Koon is Gear 10. Barriss has the Zeta, but it's only Gear 8. And we do have Shaak Ti with both Zetas to lead the clones. Geos are very solid. I'll have to check the speed here and the tenacity to make sure that my Palpatine counter will work. In Jedi, we have this very solid Jedi Knight Revan squad. We've got the Jedi that go with Padme. We've got Shaak Ti. We also have Kanan Jarrus and Ezra Bridger at Gear 12. So there is potential for another Jedi squad here, although I'm not sure who you would put in the lead, unless maybe you wanted to take Bastila off of the Jedi Revan squad and have her lead them. But there's potential. These guys could see some use if needed. Night Sisters are solid but not spectacular. Karth squad looks good for a Karth squad. Phoenix, look at this. How often do you see Gear 12 Phoenix across the board? Mine are mostly Gear 11 and below. I do have a couple of Gear 12, but I have more Zetas on my Phoenix. Still, very solid Phoenix. Here in Rebels, we've got Gear 12 CLS. Han and Chewie are only Gear 10. We do have Wigs, although they're a little bit under-geared. Still solid enough to use at this level. So you potentially could have a couple of different Rebel squads along with Phoenix. Resistance, we have a decent Resistance squad. Resistance heroes haven't been leveled up yet, though. We do have the Vets at Gear 10, so I wonder if the Vets get used maybe in a Scoundrel or a Smuggler squad. So in Separatists, the things to note, we do have Newt with the Zeta. Dooku is only Gear 7 and no Zeta, and we do not have Wat Tambor. Sith, we've got the Darth Revan squad, we've got the Palpatine squad. Darth Traya and Darth Nihilus are only Gear 9, and Scion is only Gear 6. So here in Smugglers, we've got Kira, the Vets, Enfys Nest. So potentially we could have maybe a Kira Nest Vet squad. We'll have to see about that. And we have Gear 8 Wampa, the first opponent in a while who has had Wampa, although it's a bit under-geared. Alright, we've got about 5.5 hours left in the attack phase. Let's take a look, see if Sokie attacked overnight. Yes, okay. So let's see. 1867, they had to have lost something, right? One-shots across the board there. You can see the one change I made is I put Nest with my Newt squad this time, and that's because he usually puts his Ewoks, uses them on offense, rather than putting them on defense, and so I figured I don't need my Nest to take out Ewoks, so I put Nest on defense, just as an experiment this time. But one-shots across the board there. 2 battles against my Grievous, that's good to see. And 2 battles against my Night Sisters. Sisters holding up. Alright. And ships. I expect a one-shot here. Yeah. Okay. So I've got a little bit of wiggle room. I have a feeling it's going to come down to what happens back in the ship zone. Alright, I'm going to switch over to my phone for my battles, because BlueStacks is not very stable on the Mac. So I'm looking forward to, Apple just announced recently they're actually switching their Apple computers over to ARM-based processors, and the iPhone processors are ARM processors. And so anything that runs on the iPhone or iPad will run natively on the new Macs that are coming out in the next couple of years. And so that means all of these mobile games, like SWGOH, will play natively on the Macs. You won't need an emulator like BlueStacks. So that will be awesome. Alright, I'm gonna make my switch and we'll get to work. Okay, I'm expecting his best two squads in the back. I'm expecting Shock T clones and Geos in the back. I guess Padme's also a good squad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the back. I'm going to take out the first two squads on the bottom and make sure that that's really what's happening in the back, and then I can decide from there where to go. Now, Grievous is normally a squad that takes a really good counter, but these are pretty low gear. And so I'm going to take my Shock T clones here. That's a bit of a risk, but I think it should work. Alright, fingers are crossed. This could be a huge mistake. Tenacity up. See if we can get some stuns. Nice. We're still stuck behind that taunt. Let's get rid of the taunt. Oh, it counterattacks and gets the taunt right back, of course. Okay. So... wow. Okay. You can see Grievous did the big hit, but it wasn't that big because this Grievous is not very tanky at all. Okay. Oh, and of course, Androidica. Okay. Ooh. Bye-bye, Sarge. Alright, well, you knew the job was dangerous when you took it. Almost got the sacrifice there. So this is not going to be good banners whatsoever. Alright, there's the sacrifice, and there's the Rexecute. 50 banners, not good. But I didn't have to use one of my top teams there, so I'm okay with that. Alright, against this team, I'm going to go with my Geonosians. And I think I'm going to take out Sunfac and go 4-man here. And of course, the 4-man immediately becomes a 5-man because of the Brute. Let's go... I guess we'll go after the Vets first. See if we can... oh, this isn't going to take out Nest. Who am I kidding? Ha ha! Okay. That was beautiful. Oh, we made Chewie angry, guys. After Vandor. No, not Vandor, Vet. Vet Chewie. Bye-bye. $61 banners. Awesome. Okay. Let's see if I was right about what's in the back. Oh, we've got a Karth team instead. Okay. That's even better. So, Geonosians. This is kind of a scary brood alpha. Relic 4 brood, and it's fast. So I want to take my Palpatine here, but I'm afraid that that might not work because of the speed on the brood alpha. So I'm going to do it. I'll save my Traya as a backup. We'll see. Yeah, super fast. Holy moly. That did not go well, folks. It did not go well. I don't even know if it's worth continuing here. Probably not. Okay. We'll just go ahead and forfeit that. Alright. So, we're going to go in with these guys, but I need some backup for them for sure. So who do I want to throw in here? I think maybe I will put in Zalbar would auto-taunt. So maybe Mission and Zalbar? Is that crazy? And they're not high gear, but I wonder if that would work. Although I do plan on using my Karth Wampa team somewhere, so maybe... Okay, Stormtrooper Han doesn't have a home right now. I could do Barriss Offee, maybe. And then I can sub in someone else, maybe C-3PO, into my Padme squad. Because I don't think I plan on using Jedi Training Rey anywhere. So I don't plan on using JTR. Yeah. Do this. No, don't kill Nihilus. Darn it. Nihilus is the one that you want to live the longest because you want them attacking Traya and Scion. because every time they do damage to Treya and Scion, Nihilus gains max health. I do think the Barris is helping. Nice! Barris got the kill shot on the Alpha. That's awesome. Barris with 2 kills so far. Heal. Just hope that Spy doesn't go nuts and kill everybody here. Ooh, that was close. Held by hatred. Stormtrooper Han with the kill. 32 banners. Not good, folks. Not good. Wowzers. Okay, well, what seemed like a simple defense is definitely taking it out of me. Alright. So, let's reevaluate here. What do I have left? I have my Padme squad. I was saving my Padme for the back for a potential shock troopers. No shock troopers, so we're going to use Padme here, and I don't think I even need a 5th. This. And this. Mission's almost dead already. We'll get the Retribution. Goodbye, Karth. Goodbye, Zalbar. Goodbye, Mission. Kick to the face. 61 banners. Could probably have even gone more short-handed than that. But I'm okay with that. Up top here, we're going to take Jedi Revan. I'm going to take him off of the squad and put him onto the squad. Okay, and I know that Barris is there and she can cause problems. So do I take... Let's take Barris out first. Might as well. Okay. All the bonus turns they get. Okay. Let's steal some buffs. And more buffs on Yoda. Oh, I shouldn't call assists. I gotta remember that. Spread the buffs. Don't call assists. Wow, we've almost got Kenobi killed already. We had a Kenobi almost killed. Didn't last long, did it? More buffs. It's okay, I don't think we've procced Savior yet. Okay, let's see if we can get a big hit here on Anakin. Foresight. Really need that mark. Spread some more buffs. Goodbye, Kenobi. Alright, this isn't looking good for banners. Let's heal up. Call on Yoda. Steal some buffs. Spread some buffs. Heal up some more. $56. So not the greatest banners. Against the bounty hunters, we're going to take our CLS squad. And we'll throw Old Ben on there as well. Stun Bosk. And who's squishy? IG-88. Let's go after 88. I wonder if I should ability block Dengar. Just take out IG-88. Okay, he's stunned. Ability blocks everywhere. Let's see if we can stun Bosk. Excellent. Goodbye, Greedo. We'll taunt here. Let's stun Bosk again. See if we can... let's stun Boba Fett. We'll take out 88. If I can get it to move, there we go. Oh, Dengar. Stun Bosk again. That's why you need a higher tenacity Bosk, folks. $60 banners. Yeah, you really need more tenacity on Bosk. You want your Bosk really fast, so he can get that taunt off quickly, and you want him very tenacious, so he doesn't get stunned. Okay, we're going to go Karth Wampa here. I think that's one of my defensive squads. I'm not sure my Wampa could do this all on his own because they're Gear 12. Probably, but that's okay. We'll do this. Too many counterattacks. I gotta remember that. Oh, the armor shred. There we go. Let's go after Sabine next. Oh, I can do AoEs now because Kanan is gone. $59 banners. Okay, and I'm expecting Negotiator in the back. $16.79. So that's 198. 198. This is worth 153, meaning I need 46 banners here. So it's definitely doable. All right. Stun Anakin. Buff immunity on Anakin. See, the buff immunity did not prevent the locked buff from happening. That's a little disappointing. You know what? He's not dying here. This is the bug. I've got the bug happening right now. Oh, that's frustrating. Look at this. He's just not going anywhere. Okay, I'm going to switch off of him. That really is super frustrating. Super frustrating. Mm-hmm. Big hit. Oh, dodged. Okay, he should not even be... Ugh. Let's kill him, finally. Okay. That was really frustrating. If I had lost this because of that bug, I'd have been so aggravated. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So here's our final, 1888 to 1867. I'd first like to thank Sokie for the challenge. That defense turned out to be more difficult than I thought it was going to be at first glance, so I do appreciate the challenge. Thank you. And I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in to watch. I do appreciate it greatly. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I will see you next time.